Hey folks, Anthony here, Collins Custom Services. The mobile van is coming along well. I'm actually getting ready to put the torches in here, mount the torches. I'm gonna have the tanks right there. Gotta take the heater core out. I'm gonna take the rear heater core out and take the lines out and just attach where the diversion valve is. Just attach it straight into the front heater core. That's all I'll need. And that way I got a spot for my compressor. Got that all hard mounted in there. It doesn't make a bit of noise, and it's quick, fairly quick release. There's 2 hex nuts on the top and a couple of pins on the bottom, and it tips out and comes right out if I need to take it out. For now, I'm just strapping that toolbox in there. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal when I need tools out of it to release that. And, you know, for now, till I figure out how I want that in there, where it's got wheels and stuff, that's the way it is. And that's the one I use the most, that toolbox there. That one doesn't even go there. I am going to use that, so, and it fits in there nicely right now. That's actually where my welder goes, and my helmet and my gloves and all the welding stuff. I am in search of a generator. So local folks, if you have a generator that's sitting around that you're not using, I'm looking for like a 3,000 watt one. I actually have one right here that may be the one I end up with. I think he said that he's interested in selling it. So we'll see where that goes. That's about the perfect size for me. That'll run anything that I need. So I got a compressor. I have 2 grinders. I have, you know, none of this is going to be running at the same time. I have a welder. It's an inverter DC welder, so it doesn't need a ton of power. And I got the ultrasonic cleaner, and I have my heat gun, and maybe sometimes the vacuum cleaner, but basically the heat gun. So, and I want to just be able to run all that. I want to be able to store the compressor in here, and everything else in here. The biggest thing, one of the biggest reasons why I'm doing this is has run its course. You know, I don't want to be doing this anymore. I want a shop here. You know, I want a 2-bay shop, 1 bay. You know, my wife has a spot that she can pull in. Not to say I won't be using it, but she has a spot to park her car every night inside, and then a big bay where I can pull it. You know, about maximum size, like a 1-ton dump truck in. It's going to be right in this vicinity. Gonna have to level this out a little more. This has kind of a grade to it. But at some point, you know, I want to put a shop here, and it's hard to build a shop here with this piece of junk here. So this is going to get moved. I'm not quite sure where yet. I haven't quite figured that out. I've thought about putting it up there where it's drier. I've thought about putting it here, but this is where the second driveway is going in, so probably not there. I've actually been thinking that the best spot for it is right here. I haven't talked to my wife about this, so when she sees the video, she's gonna be like, So anyways, putting this over here a little bit more, this is gonna really mess up her backup method. But having the back of the shop here, the front of the shop here, you know, it'll be narrow. It won't be too bad. I can tuck it right up next to the ditch. That'll keep, when snow comes off, it goes right in the ditch. I don't have to worry about that. That's been a big pain in the butt, shoveling out that little pathway. And then that frees up that spot. And then I can start getting that all level and ready for a slab. I'd love to get a slab in there this summer. I don't think that that's going to happen, but I've got friends that do this type of stuff. I think between us, we could have a slab in here, you know, pretty quickly. It's gonna be a 2-bay, big enough for, like I said, big enough for something, maybe even a little bigger than that, because Mariah, you know, may get something different, and then something just a little bit bigger than that on the other side. Probably go for a big door, yeah, and probably fairly long. I'd say, you know, if we were gonna go right to the side of the house as the front of the shop, to go, you know, back to right about, you know, where it starts getting wet. You know, I know that sounds pretty big, but I mean, what I can do for services is pretty vast, and if I have the proper shop, the more money we'll make. And it's just something to work towards. This isn't something that I'm taking lightly. This isn't something I'm going to rush to do. It's going to be a little at a time. I'm going to do probably most of the work myself with the help of friends. The biggest thing I'll probably need help with is a roof, because I'm not a huge fan of heights. So putting a roof on this place, I probably will hire a roofer to come do that. But anyways, that's where I'm at. I know it's a mess out here right now. I'm kind of I'm not the neatest person in the world, as you can tell. But yeah, that's my plans. Gotta get right now I'm really, like, you know, it's taking advantage of the work starting to trickle in. It's getting more and more consistent each week. Really, in the next, you know, several weeks, want to get this thing good to go. Like, just, it's ready to go. I actually don't plan on doing a ton of mobile work during my busy season, because most of that comes here. But I mean, between this and that, those are my options of driving. So this one being my main vehicle that I'm going to drive. That's just an antique. You know, I only get to drive that every now and then. Got to get this, this side, the rockers, definitely needs attention. Luckily, the inside is pretty solid. So I know where there's a couple of vans that I think have all of this is pretty solid. So I'm going to cut out what I need, even if it's just like these little intricate bend areas. Get those ones. This stuff I can, you know, I mean, obviously I'll use something better than that. That looks like crap. But get that all nice and neat, and get this all looking a little better. I think I might go for the patina look. So a lot of these spots I'll work with a sander, lightly sanding, and just kind of make it look kind of patinaed out a little bit. You know, this side isn't as bad. There's that step and a couple spots in the rocker need to be fixed. That spot needs to be fixed, but that's not really a big deal. And get it looking good. And then I've got a friend, he's actually family, that is a beautiful artist. I've seen, you know, he's just wonderful sign worker. I'm going to see if we can't work something out to get something small there, and then get something a little bit more eye-catching on this side. I really want to make this thing be the CCS mobile that I know it can be. I've had a lot of weird looks as I'm driving around. It does look like a creeper van. I trust you. This will be only filled with tools. There'll be no candy or puppies or, you know, anything that will draw anybody in other than hopefully customers. But I'm really excited. I got to get back to it, so just to repeat myself, I'm looking for like a 3,000 watt generator. The more compact, the better. It can be older, as long as I have an older one, and I have one, but it's not quite powerful enough, and it's points driven, and I really want I want something a little newer than that. If I got to, just like toss her in if I need it, and then store it outside or in the shop or whatever when I'm not using it. It doesn't have to be like these things are like attached anywhere. Just need to be able to run my power tools. That is like the last thing I need to be able to be fully mobile. So if anybody has one that's sitting around that's not being used, or one that doesn't run, that, you know, I mean, if it doesn't run and it's not worth anything to you, maybe we could, I mean, if you wanted something for it, we could work out a trade or whatever. If you got a running unit that works great, that's awesome. I don't have a ton of money to throw into one, but I think we could probably work a deal out to get you compensated for one that does run. Really not interested in one that runs and doesn't produce electricity. I mean, if you wanted to, if you wanted to let me have it and see if I can fix it, and I do fix it, I would happily compensate you, but I don't want one with reverse polarity, or, you know, something that, or broken windings or anything like that. I mean, not reverse polarity, but broken windings, something that's a lot harder to fix. If it's like a voltage regulator or brushes or something, that's no big deal. But anyways, super excited. You know, this is going to be a great year for Collins Custom Services. I'm insured. You know, I'm going to have mobile services now. Mobile services are $150 an hour. Shop services, $75 an hour. Transport fee, super local, like my neighbors, my neighborhood, free. A little bit farther out, I usually do like $25. If I got to go all the way to Appleton or Lincolnville or into Camden or into Rockland, or, you know, whatever, as far as transport, usually it's $50. But that's a round trip. All of that is round trip fees. And trying to think of anything else that might be pertinent information. If you have questions, just ask. I'm happy to get you in right now. It's not super busy, so you want to be well prepared and get ahead of it. Right now is the timing that you want. It's going to get busy. By the 15th, it will be very busy. So get in now. See you in the next video. Have a good one.